Now, when did you guys come together and like, did you guys like Herb?
To me, I always liked Herb. You know, I had just lost my mother
Yeah.
to cancer, and I was there. It was a stepping stone to try to make it to the National Hockey League. You know, when Herb asked me to play in the World Championships in Leningrad, Moscow, I couldn't. If somebody showed me in the lineup, I wouldn't even know what he looked like. You know what I mean? It was just you just played. So, to me, he always had my best interests in heart, and working hard was just part of the deal.
Yeah. But what about the boys? Like when you guys are in the locker room and coach ain't there, like when Belichick wasn't there, we're like, fuck this guy. This guy's making us run the goddamn hill. It's week 18. We got no knees. What's going on here?
Yeah, put money in the bank.
When did that camaraderie with the guys come together?
Well, it was a strategy. It was his strategy.
Mhm.
If they don't like me, maybe they'll
like each other. Because you guys were all from different places.
Yeah. Some people coach, and they're not very good at preparing, but during the game, they're really good at adjusting. Very few are great at preparing and adjusting.
Yeah.
And when you get somebody like that, then it's really special. Like, let's see, you're wearing O'Callahan's jersey, right? Brooks would know when O'Callahan was going to do something stupid and pull him off the ice. You know what I mean? Because he knew he'd be so excited he was going to get a penalty.
Yeah.
So he had the ability, like, Jack, get off. You know what I mean? And he was that in tuned on intimidation of the referee, intimidation of the other player. You know, so many of the other different things.
Wow. Who's the team prankster?
Davey Christian.
What is some of the shit he would do?
Well, Rob McClanahan was a perfectionist, right? And so, you know, Christian Brothers made the sticks. Right? So Robbie would have 8 or 9 sticks taped up, and they'd be absolutely perfect. And right down by the blade, there'd be a little red little sticker or your plastic covering, right? So Davey would take that off, take a hacksaw, and saw it so it wouldn't quite break if you leaned on it. But if you went to shoot it, it would break, right? And so Robbie was so particular about his thing. So all of a sudden, Robbie goes out, goes to shoot, stick break, pissed off. And he goes, another one, pissed off. And then he finds out that Davey had done that. And so we're in Colorado Springs at the Broadmoor. And, you know, our travels are tough. We got tons of game. And so all of a sudden, you know, Brooks is coming in a little bit late. And Davey, Christian, and Pavlich find that the figure skaters have their tutus, right? And so Davey Christian gets in this tutu, right, with Pavlich, and Herb was talking about forechecking, right? So Davey cut a Christian Brother stick, taped it on, another one. So he had a stick that reached from about here to the corner, right? So he's out there, and Herb comes out, and he just couldn't do anything but laugh, but that's kind of who Davey was.
God, you need a little of that, though. Especially with that environment. We always had our guy, the Matt Lights of the world, that would do a fucking prank that all the boys could just laugh and, you know, you guys are getting yelled at, you're sweating together, you're bleeding together. Man.
I did a prank on this one kid who would, you know, come in our day, you'd break in your goalie or your skates. They were really hard to break in. Yeah. So you'd put steam in them, and then you'd tie them up as tight as you could. And there was nothing more painful than what we call lace bite. You know, all of a sudden you tie your skate and you get lace bite. It's like, oh my God, it was so painful. So there's this one kid, Rory, and he was like helping the equipment manager. And he was a real fan, and I shouldn't have done this, but I did. He goes, Jimmy, is there anything I can do for you? I said, yeah. I go, Rory, I've got these new skates. I need a bucket of steam. He goes, well, where do I get that? I go, you ever see the Zamboni when they come out, all that steam that comes out? You go down there, you capture that steam, and you bring it back. So 3 hours later, he comes back and goes, I can't get you a bucket of steam. I go, Rory, I know.
Oh, Rory.